foremost, we want to celebrate all of the amazing agents. So we're going to move into the class of 2025 and highlight any new agents that have joined our team. So this is the class of 2025 in Bentonville. We saw Miss Kenya Reed join us, so that brings Bentonville up to 15 total new agents in the Bentonville office. We do have some referrals to shout out. So Miss Heidi Shively, she will get referrals from Alex, based on the helping recruit Alex Esparza. So again, don't forget those referrals are coming from two sources. You got the local ones that Coldwell Banker Harris McCaney pays, and then CB also has their own referral rewards program for a limited time. So that is absolutely awesome. And then we also want to thank Mr. Stephen Smith. I apologize. I realize I misspelled your name. He helped recruit Miss Kenya Reed. So again, if you know folks that you're working with, co-op agents and that sort of thing, keep submitting those co-op surveys, introduce them to your recruiting brokers. And if you find good family members that would fit our team, please start that conversation. We're going to go on to the Rogers office, class of 2025. They've got 13 total new agents, and we're very excited to welcome back Miss Veronica Marufo to our office. So glad to see your face. We also want to shout out the other two offices. Harrison has 4 new agents for the class of 2025, and then Fayetteville has 3 new agents. This brings our total up to 35 new agents for the class of 2025. So I know there's an introduction that's due today, so I'm going to pass the mic over to Ashton Todd to introduce one of his new agents.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I am here with Alex. And Alex, we always like to do a great introduction, so we've got 2 questions for you. Tell us about your background and what got you into real estate.
Okay, well, I'm a homeschool mom, and I have 3 boys that are 8, 6, and 4. I originally came from California. I know that's kind of taboo to say, but I love everything about Northwest Arkansas. It's been such a blessing to my family. And I really got into real estate just because I needed something to do around homeschooling so that I'd be able to have more of a flexible schedule. So I got to speaking with Heidi, and she's just been so supportive as far as real estate and even my personal life goes. And really the culture of Coldwell Banker has been such a blessing to me. I've never seen such a supportive environment. So I really feel like real estate has been the right path for me, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, I think she actually answered both questions in one. And Alex, we love our California transplants, so we're not going to hold that against you, especially since you love NWA. Anthony, back to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, welcome, Alex. I'm a Colorado transplant, so no harm, no foul for California. Well, guys, we want to introduce a brand new series real quick, and we want to take a moment to just step back and welcome back some family members. And we realized we had some beloved family members that actually came back to us over the last 2 years. So these are agents that had left our brokerage and then came back in the years 2024 and 2025. So we want to shout them out. I first want to lead off with Miss Kelly Naylor. Everybody loves Kelly in the Bentonville office. Miss Kelly Green in the Rogers office. And then B. Grimaldo, my good friend in the Rogers office. So excited to see you guys come back to Coldwell Banker, and we're excited to have you. I got a couple more slides here with some other folks that have joined us. So Miss Cassie Michalski, Rebecca Heath, both beloved in the Bentonville office, and so excited to have them back. And then also Miss Lori Scheffler in the Rogers office. And then on the last slide, we want to shout out Miss Adriana Frankie, who returned back to the Rogers office, and also Miss Veronica Marufo in the Rogers office. So when you've got family at a place, you know, it's always hard to leave, and we are so excited to welcome them back. I did get some feedback from these folks, and so we've got 3 pieces of feedback we wanted to share in regards to these returning family members. So Miss Kelly Green in the Rogers office, she said, and these are verbatim, I didn't change these quotes in any way. She said, "My sales have doubled since I came back. She's so happy for the marketing team and all their help, as well as everyone in the company who's always willing to help in any way. Great brokers and great agents." So thank you so much for that feedback, Kelly. We got 2 more that we wanted to share as well. Next up is Miss Rebecca Heath, and she said she loved her family. She loves her family at CBHMF. The pertinent information she wanted to share was that she learned a lot of information about relocation during her time away, and that she was so happy to be back. She missed the contagious positive mindset and atmosphere, the camaraderie, and the loving family of CBHMF. So thank you, Rebecca, for sharing that. And I've got one more from Miss Adriana Frankie, who returned back to the Rogers office. And she stated she decided to return to CBHMF because of their commitment to agent success. It is truly unmatched. The comprehensive training, tools, and everything they provide, both new and seasoned agents, help grow their business with confidence. On top of that, the marketing team's nothing short of amazing. We're creative, strategic, and always ready to go the extra mile to make sure every listing gets attention. And so for her, coming back to be a part of a brand with such a strong reputation and support system felt like the right decision. So thank you, all three of you guys that responded, and we appreciate you sharing that. And we just want to welcome you guys back with open arms. We love having you guys back and wanted to share that story. So next up, I'm going to actually pass it over to Mr. George Brace because there are some anniversaries to celebrate this week.
We do have some anniversaries this week. We got Connolly Bottoms has been in Rogers for 2 years. Joanne Tice has been in Fayetteville for 2 years. Ryan Murray has been in Rogers for 2 years. Brandy Griffith has been in Bentonville for 1 year. Lisa Ray has been with us in Rogers for 3 years. And turning the page, we'll go right into Roni Loic, been with Rogers for 5 years. Catherine Sanders has been in Fayetteville for 9 years. Zach Cox has been in Bentonville for 6 years. And Mary Ellen Proctor has been in Fayetteville for 6 years. I believe that wraps that up.
Now, you had an easy part this week, George. That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to keep cruising. We got one success story we want to share, and we didn't want to bog this down with other ones to compete against it. We wanted you to stop and take a second and look at this. So Dana Proctor, veteran agent, been around a long time, superstar agent. She landed the biggest deal of her career. She had a listing with 575-acre ranch and also got the buy side of the transaction. So you're going to see Dana just skyrocket through that $1 million club. But I know broker Jeremy Cupp fielded a call from Dana Proctor's client, and she had just called to tell Jeremy how fantastic it was working with Dana. She talked about how she had purchased that acreage and that Dana was there every step of the way. Dana even loaded her own side-by-side so that she could take Mary around the property acre by acre. So talk about being with a buyer through it all. I think that's absolutely amazing. But this is the icing on the cake. Mary Carnes, who was the client, was a former Coldwell Banker agent in Little Rock, and she said that Dana exemplified everything that it means to represent CB as a brand. So again, this is absolutely awesome. We want to do a special shout out for Dana and this amazing feat. So if you guys have anything at all that you want to share for success stories that you're proud of, please send those to marketing. We're happy to put those in future sales meetings. All right, that wraps up the success story. I'm going to pass it over to Pat Harris from $1 Million Club.
Okay, Anthony, thank you. That's fantastic information there. Very, very proud. Okay, $1 Million Club. Love these beautiful people. So there we go. Look at them. Smartest, best, the best of the best. Don't go too fast now because everybody have a chance to see all those beautiful faces, talented faces. But we can't. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we've got a lot of them. A whole bunch of them. Ton of them. Okay, we have not added, this is the first time in a long time, we have not added one this week, so we're still at 146. But that 146 is still a country mile greater than our nearest competitor. So let's go out of that 146 agents that have closed $1 million or greater since the first of the year. In the $3 to $5 million category, Veronica from the Rogers office and Debbie from the Fayetteville office joined that club to bring that total of $3 to $5 million up to 27. That's a large number of agents in that category. And so congratulations, Veronica and Debbie. We appreciate you there. And then in the 5 to 7, let's see, I don't think we don't have anybody there, but still have 15 great agents there. And there's Dana right down there. You can see her just a while ago. Then in the 7 to 10, we don't have anybody there this particular time, just a fluke. And then in the 10 to 15, they've all shot up so fast they didn't get time to catch up. There's none there. The 15 to 20, there's none there, even though we certainly are proud of Kate and Sean. Then in the 25 to 30, the home team is now joined, the home team from the Rogers office is now joined the Giant Holland team from the Bentonville office in the $25 to $30 million close business since the first of the year. We're very, very proud of them. In the 30 to 35, of course, there's Amber Nye. She was there last week, and so no new stars there, but certainly congratulate Amber, outstanding agent. And then in the 40 to 45, that's Erica Page Harris Finger and her mother, Mesa Harris. And they're still in the 40 to 45. So that's an outstanding group of people. And again, I say it every time. If you're out there getting a listing, you want to talk about who's behind helping you to get that house sold. There's a wealth talent. You've just got through looking at it. Okay, now the next thing I want to share with you is that we're getting more aggressive in our marketing, and so knowing your talent or knowing your value is very important, especially when you go out there to make a listing presentation. They've got to understand, and you've got to be able to share our value, your value, and the company's value and the brand's value. So you have a lot to share. So one of the things that we put together, I didn't, Alyssa and Anthony did, but our power is our people and our brand. We are number one in the state of Arkansas, number one in agent loyalty, and have best in class marketing tools, training, and support. And that is true. I wonder why it's just the federal agents they're showing there. I'm sure it's just to pick a slide there. I'm just sure it was. Wouldn't have been right. No, I'm just let's like to stir it up there. Anyway, give me an offer. I'll get in trouble. Let's move on. This is very important. And for some of our naysayers or people who haven't been in the business a very long time, I want to give you a reality check, if you don't mind, and the best way that I know how to do it. I started a long time ago. I started in 72, but in 76, when Jack and I opened the Rogers office, Harris McKinney, the interest rates were about 8%. And then you can see it shot up. And then, of course, the recession of the 1980, and then you got up on higher. I mean, at one time it was 20. Well, it shows less than 20%, but it is actually above 20%. And so you can see how high the rates were, and all boom, all bust in the early 80s, and then you start seeing it coming down, and then now it got down to the low of 2.5. If you look at 2021 or 2020, in there, but it's going back up to where it normally would be. Right now, it's six. This morning it was 6.58, and you're going to find that compared to the history and all of that, that's a good number. Now it may drift down a little bit more than that, but let me just say this: the market is accepting these rates. How do I know that? Because last year in July, we had written and accepted business. Now that's the current what's going on right this minute. So in July of last year, we did 133 million of written accepted business. This last July, okay, or last month rather, we did 154, more than $21 million. And in the first 7 months of this year, we have written and had accepted over $200 million more in business than we did a year ago. So buyers are buying into the interest rates are not the issue. More listings are coming on. The issue to all of us, and we must not forget this, is that quality. When you go out there knowing your value, presenting your value, knowing your quality, that's the name of the game. There's always going to be a place for quality in whatever profession that you're going to look at, and it's certainly true in our profession. So thank you, Mr. Benz.
Excellent. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate the update. All right, guys, well, we're excited to bring on Miss Melissa Maddox. She's going to be sharing some updates on weekly stats, MLS stats, and also company stats. So, Melissa, what do you got for us this week?
Thank you, Anthony. Hello, everyone. We just have a quick business update. First, for the MLS residential listings, as of yesterday, we have 4,315 listings with an average list price of $537,000 with average days on the market of 88. Next slide, please. And year to date, as Pat was saying, we are up 26% at $726.1 million. And our units are up 9.5% at 1,580 units. And we have about 314 total agents. If there's anything else you would like to see during this weekly business update, please let me know.
Excellent. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate it. Love to see the numbers. Sales organization, got to see those numbers. Well, guys, we're going to move right into some preceding sections. And I do want to announce that the Harrison grand opening, as you guys may have seen last week, it is now on November the 5th from 11 to 2. We're going to be hyping this up as we get closer to the event. We'd love to get as many staff and agents out there as possible to support our Harrison family. So very excited about that. And we'll bring you some more updates as time goes on. They're currently doing a build out in their new location. So we are very excited to share some photos and some different things that are happening in the Harrison market. So, all right. Well, next up, we're going to pass it over to Ms. Tara Berg. She's got several training and upcoming events to mention.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I wanted to remind you and show you that we have put together a buyer's guide checklist for you. So when you're out there with your buyers and you're getting ready for your consultations, now we have a checklist that shows you everything that you need to gather and put together for them. Next slide, please. So it is going to be located on CBHMF Go under training and under the buyer's A game. It'll give you things like your needs and wants, consultation questions, some diagrams. So make sure that you guys go and check that out and bring that with your presentations. And Neighbor is hosting a Texas Hold'em on August 16th. Doors open at 6 p.m. and game starts at 7 p.m. So make sure that you scan the QR code down below and sign up for that. Next slide, please. And this one I'm super excited about. August 21st from 9:30 to 11:30 in the Rogers office, we will be hosting our quarterly mastermind. And we're going to be talking about mindsets, metrics, and messages that win. I hope you guys can join us. Scan the QR code now and sign up for that. Seats are limited. And right now I've had a couple of people more sign up. So we're at about 25 spots left. So make sure you sign up for that. And CORE will be held August 25th through August 29th in the Rogers office. We'll start with Moxie Engage on Monday morning, August 25th, and Monday afternoon we'll have Moxie present. Tuesday, the marketing team will come in and share all things marketing. And Wednesday, August 27th in the morning, we'll talk about form simplicity. And in the afternoon, we'll learn all about our digital transaction management system, SkySlope. And Thursday morning, we'll talk about buyer's A game. And in the afternoon, Miss Cindy Switzer will be there to give us the rundown on seller's A game. And then we will top it off Friday with floor duty and open house lead generation training. And don't forget about the new license course. It will be happening in Harrison this time, September 8th through the 21st. So if you know somebody, make sure they sign up for that. And do not forget that our license renewal is due. It will, late fees will apply after September 30th. Anthony, back to you.
Awesome. A lot going on. As you guys, in case you don't get a chance to scan QR codes, look at my weekly recaps that I send via email. There'll be links there that you can always sign up and register for any of the things that we talked about. Well, guys, I'm going to pass it over to Chance Morton for some weekly IT team updates. Chance, what do we got?
Hey everybody, hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Today I wanted to give you an idea of how to use AI in your day-to-day just to keep you organized while you keep busy. So the idea here is to try inputting your to-do lists and anything of the sort and let AI organize your day for you. So take everything you need done today, type it into ChatGPT, and let AI sort out your day for you. This can take the stress of trying to figure out when and where you need to be and let you focus on being your absolute best today. Be sure to include any showings, listing appointments, and maybe like a time block to engage with your sphere. I mean, heck, you're human as well. You might as well schedule in lunch, dinner. You can make it as detailed or as little detailed as possible, and AI will help you kind of sort out the rest of it. You can use it to build a weekly schedule. It'll keep you focused, keep you consistent, and ahead of the curve when things get just a little bit too hectic. So it's a nice way to plot out your day to make sure you stay on top of everything that life throws at you with very minimal effort. So it does it all for you. It takes less. It takes less than a few minutes to do. It's really efficient, and it lets you spend more time thinking about how you're going to dazzle your clients later today. Back to you, Anthony.
Awesome. Great tip. I know I'm voice chatting a lot of that stuff straight into AI and developing those to-do lists and that sort of thing. So great tip. All right, guys. Well, I have the pleasure of doing the marketing team updates this week. So let me go through several that we want to talk about. So first and foremost, we want to remind everybody that the Saltgrass From Your Friends discount, this is a great deal, $15 off at Saltgrass. This is a deal that ends this Friday at noon. So if you want to be a part, or if you want to send this out to your people, you got to get it done and get your addresses uploaded by noon. And if you need help with any of that stuff, please email marketing. We had several people reach out to us last week when we announced this particular discount. All right, moving right along. I want to do a couple Social Bay updates. So again, if you're tired of making content for Social Bay or for social media, you can let Social Bay do it for you. And Gracie every week puts 2 local pieces that she generates and posts on everybody's accounts. So the first one is going to be all about selling, and that's a Coldwell Banker national campaign. And then secondly, we always post community news. So something localized, you'll see this one, and Pam will talk about this in just a little bit. So if you want to sign up for that, once again, email marketing and we can get you started. All right, we're going to move on to one thing. And last week, it was announced that the global luxury price update threshold was raised from 500K to 630K. This starts on September 2nd. So anything after September 2nd will be that new price threshold. And we want to take the opportunity now just to talk a little bit about global luxury and just refresh everybody on global luxury. So first and foremost, what is it? If you're a brand new agent, maybe you never heard of this, but let me talk a little bit about it. So Global Luxury is industry-leading marketing suite, and it's specifically designed for luxury buyers and sellers. Most commonly, this branding is used to basically set apart a listing. So I always compare it to cars. You know, I always think about your Toyotas and your Lexuses. You know, it's same powertrain, very different outside and exteriors, right? You've got leather in the Lexus, you have cloth seats in the Toyota. So that's how you want to visualize this, is that perceived value is much higher when you say that it's global luxury, okay? And this is what our affluent buyers are after. As you can see from this graph, we are absolutely killing it with luxury home sales. So we ran a report for 500K and up residential listings since January of 2021, and we are completely dominating as a firm in the luxury space. We are dominating the brokerages that are only focused on luxury in our market. So you got to say, well, what is that change? And you've got to be able to differentiate your listing in some capacity. And that's what global luxury does. If you've got a listing that's 630K and up, you should be considering that as a way to differentiate it. Let's go on to the next slide here. So the first question we always get is, can any listing utilize the program? And no, absolutely not. It's got to be a broker-approved residential only listing that's 630,000 or above listing price. Okay, so those are your requirements. And before it's even mentioned to your seller that you're going to do this, you need to get that broker approval, because you know, $650,000 worth of land in downtown Bentonville might have a real dog ugly house on it. So just be considerate that it's got to be a luxury home as well. Any agent with broker approval can utilize the program for listings. However, you can get certified as a global luxury agent and you get access to a lot more marketing options. You also get a accreditation through Global Luxury and the International Luxury Home Marketing Specialization. So, and that goes beyond all brokerages. That's beyond CB. So it's a larger designation. And then you also have the option to get certified to further your career. Any agent has that option, but you have to meet certain requirements to get it. Let's go on to the next slide here. So this one, it comes up a lot. What does a seller benefit from their listing being global luxury. So first and foremost, it's set apart from the competition. Okay, so it looks different, it's branded different. You can also choose as an agent to then invest or pay for additional targeting and paid advertising through the program. And then lastly, it gets syndicated on luxury websites, more so than any other listings. So you can see I've got all the listing syndications listed out by price point here. And I'll just go to the very right. If it's a 2 million or more home, it is a globally displayed listing in 60 countries, plus everything to the left. So that is a huge reason to use global luxury on your listings. Going to the next screen here. So many agents ask, well, how much does it cost me if I'm going to do this? The reality is we've got a lot of agents that are asking about doing additional marketing for their home. So if you're already planning to do additional marketing, global luxury, if that should be number one on your list of things to do if you're planning to have a luxury listing. It's approximately $125 if you as an agent only purchase the sign install and you get luxury brochures from Express Talks, like nicely printed pieces. And then finally, you have the option to buy other advertising, but the cost would vary from there. So that is your bare bones, 125 will get it. And the last thing I'll mention about global luxury, what do you as an agent benefit if you're certified? So you get a full designation and ongoing luxury education from not only global luxury, but ILHMS. You can position yourself as a luxury home specialist. You get your own profile on coldwellbankerluxury.com, plus additional tools. And then finally, if you're not certified, you can work towards that designation to position yourself. So it's open for anybody that can meet those criteria. So the final thing I'll say in closing for this is it's a very competitive landscape for listing appointments. We see this every day with agents coming to us trying to put their best foot forward. So are you utilizing everything to stand above the competition? And that absolutely includes global luxury. All right, guys, if you have any questions about that, please let us know. We're happy to help. I'm going to turn the mic over to our main presenter today, Mr. Stephen Smith. Stephen, what do you got for us?
Good morning, everyone. So today's topic is going to be why listing tours are invaluable for realtors. So benefits for listing agents is you maximize your exposure. Getting multiple agents through your listing at once gives your home an immediate boost in visibility and buzz. Agent feedback equals seller leverage. So tours provide honest professional feedback from your peers. These insights can help you justify price changes, staging updates, or any needed repairs. Sellers are more likely to respond to feedback from multiple agents than just their own. Even though it's likely the same information you've been telling them, having feedback from other agents will help that conversation. You walk away with real talking points after a tour. So basically 14 agents previewed this home. They all loved the kitchen and the layout, but they all noted the price is slightly high. During the tours, you'll also have a feedback form from each agent touring, so you'll have that ammunition to show to your seller, here's what the agents thought when they were touring your property. Next slide. For all participating agents, it's basically market knowledge on steroids. So you'll see multiple homes, price points, floor plans, finishes, everything in one focused window, which is more efficient than one-off showings, especially valuable for newer agents or those unfamiliar with specific neighborhoods or towns. It helps you pre-screen homes for your buyers, saves your clients' times, and build trust in your local expertise. Some listings don't catch the attention online, but shine in person. So this helps you match a client to a home they might have not otherwise considered. Next slide. Strategic business growth, stay ahead of market trends, learn which features are trending, what price points are moving, and what's sitting. Position yourself as a local expert. Clients love working with agents who have firsthand knowledge of the market, not just MLS stats. You get more content and more visibility. So use tours for social media posts. You can do a story, a reel, a post, blog, anything like that while you're out there doing the tours. And it positions you as an engaged, knowledgeable, active local expert. So real life scenarios that we've seen, we had an agent actually in our office a few months ago that had been telling the seller, hey, the price is overpriced for what the market's showing. It needs to be decluttered. We did an impromptu tour with a few agents from our office, was able to provide feedback. She was able to lower the price on the listing and declutter, which she had been telling, and they got a contract within the next week on that property. I did have a new agent say that attending the tours helped her better understand how to speak to finishes, neighborhoods, and pricing, and it showed her client in her client presentations as well. Buyer matchup. So an agent toured a home, remembered it a week later when a buyer came to mind and scheduled a showing that led to an offer. The final reminder is these tours aren't just extras, they're strategic tools to grow your knowledge, serve your clients better, build strong agent relationships, and sell more homes faster. The best news is we have a tour scheduled today, right after the sales meeting. We have 5 homes lined up, starting in Cave Springs and ending in Rogers at Pinnacle, with lunch to follow. Hope to see you there, and back to you, Anthony.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate it. Well, guys, we're going to close out our meeting with Miss Pam Candler from the relocation team. Pam, what do we got?
Good morning, everyone. We are so excited about the number of agents that have helped friends, family, and clients by submitting an outgoing referral on their behalf. This week, we wanted to highlight 5 awesome agents. From the Bentonville office, we have Terry Russo and Channing Hicks, Amanda Hartson and Valerie Holman from the Rogers office, and the wonderful Chris May from the Fayetteville office also submitted OGRs. The source of the referrals ranged from internet leads and social media ads to clients and friends. So keep your ears and eyes open because OGRs are all around us. Now, we want to congratulate Dory Thornton of the Rogers office, who helped her friend get connected with an agent in Stillwater, Oklahoma through an OGR, and she made more than $1,800. It takes less than 5 minutes to submit one. Reach out to Relocation for more information. Now on to NWA expertise. In case you missed it, the Bella Vista Architectural Control Committee, or the ACC, is now run by Blue Crane, which is the real estate and development arm of the company Runway Group, owned by Walton grandsons, Tom and Stuart. Here's what you need to know. Last May, Blue Crane purchased about 2,700 acres in Bella Vista in Benton County, along with a separate purchase of 54 acres that included the Sugar Creek Shopping Center a couple of months before that. The 2 deals totaled about $50 million. In the May 2024 deal, Blue Crane also purchased developer rights and control over the ACC, which gives them a say in design standards moving forward. Currently, no changes to the rules have been planned, and no development plans for the 2,700 acres are in place. Stay tuned for more information. Have a terrific Tuesday, and back to you, Anthony.
Well, now that the Waltons run the ACC, I bet we can put dirt jumps in our front yards. So super excited to live in Bella Vista. That's awesome. All right, guys, that's everything for today's meeting. Hope you have a wonderful in-person meeting and hope to see many of you on the property tours. Have a good one.